This is Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars with a 1964 Chevrolet C-10 pickup truck. We're gonna take it for a quick drive and I'll show you around this truck. It's got a 350 V8 with a 350 turbo automatic transmission, and it shifts flawlessly. This truck runs down the road nice and smooth. You can see how easy it is for me to steer. No wandering at all. And that's due to the fact that a 1985 Chevy Silverado front end has been bolted up underneath it, giving it power disc brakes in the front, power steering, a little bit better suspension, the 80s. This truck really just cruises right down the road. Speedometer works, all the gauges work. In fact, I need to watch it because I'm getting a little low on gas. Now there's a couple of things I want to tell you about the truck. One is this was a really nicely done restoration about 20 years ago. This happens pretty often. I've found it in quite a few vehicles. When the steering column was put in, it's a couple of teeth off, where what I mean by that is that it turns a little less sharp to the right and a little more sharp to the left. Wouldn't really notice it unless you're in a really tight spot and you go to try to turn super tight to the left. I mean, driving around the cul-de-sacs no problem, pulling out of the driveway and parking spots and stuff, but I just like to be overly honest and, you know, or as honest as possible, I guess is the right way to say it. Disclose everything. Nice sounding exhaust. The hood opens easily with one hand. And I'm going to shut it off so we can hear a little better. And whoever did the restoration on this truck, I think they did a really great job. One of the things that I noticed, we did change the valve covers out because they were old school. I wanted to put something a little nicer and newer looking, so we just put these brand new valve covers on. And when I pulled these valve covers off, the old ones off, I noticed super clean underneath there, but it also has roller rockers. So the engine runs awesome, really smooth, plenty of power. The heater's hooked up, it does work as well. Just a really pretty underneath here. And so this truck was purchased brand new in 1964, just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and has only been in 3 families. I picked it up from the 3rd owner when we got it, and he said that the man who restored it, like I said, it's an older restoration, about 20 years ago, but he was known in that area for doing restorations, and I can tell it looks really nice. It definitely does look a little bit, there's a few things that show its age. For example, a couple spots here, you know, after a few years of closing the hood a lot, you know, you start to get little cracks and little things like that, and of course it's been driven, so there's a tiny little, you know, blemish in the paint there, a little nick. And this is a really pretty, you know, 15-footer truck, 20-footer truck. Just taking a quick look walking around the when you walk up on this truck in the parking lot, I mean, it's really pretty. But when we get right up on it, I'm going to show a few little imperfections. Nothing really major, but just normal stuff that's synonymous with an older restoration versus a brand new one. So let's go back around it again one more time and just point out a few things. The chrome bumper on the bottom looks really nice, as well as the grille, really good condition. It's got the blue dot lights upgrades, and all the lights do work. Chrome on the front appears to be, it probably was brand new 20 years ago and it kept in really great condition, so very nice. The hood across the top is nice and straight. Glass is in good shape. Windshield wipers work. In fact, I just put brand new blades on. Across the top of the truck looks great. Beautiful, nice clean drip edge. A couple of tiny little blemishes. If we get really close up there, you can see how big it is compared to my finger, really tiny. The custom chrome here looks fabulous. One spot down here on front of the door, this is not unusual. If I can try to get up on it with it's really tough to see with the camera, but there's just a few tiny, there we go, just a few tiny little bubbles there about the size of maybe a couple of my couple fingernails together. And then a few back here at the back of the door, getting really close up to it. And you really do have to get pretty close up to it to see. Same thing, here's the step side. Chrome step sides look nice. Right on the, where the fender is attached in the front of the fender. And as I come around to the back of it, really it's solid. And like I said, just these are some solid and rust free inside here in the fenders. This is just stuff that's, you know, these bubbles and stuff that are synonymous with a, you know, 25-year-old paint job. But I mean the rest, I mean the side of the bed is perfect. I mean everything here is perfect. Around the fenders, beautiful. One thing that somebody did is they put a tonneau cover, and I had the tonneau cover to go with it. It's a cover that goes over the bed. To install that, of course, they drilled holes, you know, every 10 inches, put buttons in, and then you button the tonneau cover on. So all the way around the bed, you do have these holes. They were drilled nicely and neatly. It wouldn't take much to fill them. If I was going to keep the truck personally, I would probably fill them in and do some touch up, and you know, have my, if I was going to keep it, I'd have my body guy clean up a couple of little rust spots that are here and there on the truck, get some perfectly matched paint, fill in those right there, and go around and do some touch ups. The tailgate is nice and straight. It looks brand new. It's awesome. Rear bumper is in good shape, not perfect, older. In fact, not quite as nice as the front. It's older, but it's still in good shape. Rear fender here as well in great shape. One little paint pop here, and that's from when you drive down the road and a rock gets stuck in the tires, and it shoots up and hits from underneath. It pushes it up. Nice. This is a really slick, you know, paint job. Somebody spent a lot of money restoring this truck years ago. Tiny little bubble right there, not even as bad as the other side. Back of the cab corner looks good here, and this door is in great shape. Doesn't have any maybe one tiny itty bitty, like half the size of a pea there. So just wanting to be, you know, on the up and up on it. Oh, one other thing is right here with the seam, some water has gotten in here over the years and peeled this up. So this, in my opinion, is the worst spot on the truck. The other spots are smaller. This one, same thing. You know, we could grind that out, fill it just a little bit, and touch that up. Personally, if I was going to keep this truck, I'm not even sure that I'd go after any of this stuff. The truck looks awesome the way it is. You can tell, of course, this is an older style upholstery kind of a thing that somebody would have done back in the 80s or 90s, but it's still in excellent condition. And really, the guy did not put a lot of miles on it after he restored it. He put a new carpet kit in and some floor mats that look good. The dash looks awesome. And of course, it's all original except for the CD player, which does work. And turns right on. As well, the fan works. Oh, I don't have the key on all the way. But anyways, the fan does work. Pull. You can't hear it because of the electric fan working. I don't believe that the horn is working. It does not have cruise control. It's just from that. Tilt steering does work, and the turn signals, I believe, do work. Inside the truck looks great. I also have something else that I would definitely personally do. Is I'm not into these sliding black glass. Some people like them, especially if you're a smoker or if you got a dog and you like to put the dog in the back of the truck and open up the window so he can stick his head through. But I have the original glass for it. It's in mint condition. It will come with the truck, and it's very, very easy and inexpensive to put the original glass back in. A glass guy who knows what he's doing will put it in about 15-20 minutes. So windows roll up and down easily. All the glass is tinted. Now the original piece of glass that I have for the back is not tinted. That was one of the reasons why I decided not to swap it out. So you'd want to have a tint guy maybe throw some tint on it, or you could do it yourself before you install that. Underneath the truck, it's clean with a couple of small spots of rust, but overall very, very impressive how clean and straight everything is underneath here. Nice solid original frame. These are the original floor pans. And a couple spots of rust. There's one spot right there. There's a couple of little holes. Cab corners are original, never been cut out, and look great. There was one other spot right here. Trying to get there. So you can see that a little bit right there. Other than that, floor pans look awesome. Firewall, bottom of the firewall, step up. On both sides look amazing. Dual exhaust with the turn downs. Coming with the exhaust coming right out from underneath the fender, which is really nice. Same thing like I said on the other side, not seeing any rust in the inner fender wells. Trying to get the camera in there. Looks like there's a little bit of body work right there. You can see that. Oh, that might just be, can't tell. Yeah, maybe a little bit of old body work there. So might have been a touch of rust. Oak wood bed in beautiful shape. We just sanded it today and just put a fresh coat of clear on it just to shine it up a little. Inside the bed's in really great, nice shape. And this also has that 1985 rear end in it, which really gives it the, the oomph to go down the freeway. So this is a, this is a kind of it for its time. This is with all the upgrades. This is like a fully loaded truck here with, disc brakes in the front, power steering, and this side underneath all solid. Not seeing any rust here. Nice solid floor pans. I'm going a little bit upside down with my camera. Here we go. Right side up again. Original cab corners in awesome condition on this side, no rust. Original floor pans from underneath, you can just see really great shape. These are 17-inch American racing wheels. Tires are older, but actually it looks like the front tires have a little bit less tread on them. The back tires look pretty good. We'll get underneath in the front just to show too. Here. All nice and clean and rust free. So, well, there you have it. She's a 1964 Chevrolet C-10 short bed, custom cab, and just a really pretty driver quality truck. Doesn't need anything at all to be enjoyed and driven as it is. I wouldn't be embarrassed whatsoever to take this thing to a car or truck, drive-in. Beautiful. I wouldn't hesitate to jump in this truck. In fact, the previous owner said that they often drove to the Good Guys shows. In fact, I think they have a couple of badges real quick. He was saying often drove to the Good Guys shows, which were 2 and 3 hours away. Good Guys Corrals, 2013 and 14. Good Guys. Oh, also I believe the original, I don't know if this is a reprint. This might be a reprint. Looks like it could be. But this is like the original owner's manual in here. A couple of other little things. Labor Days, these guys took the truck and showed it off at car shows up until just a couple of years ago when they got older and just couldn't do it anymore. So this is a great truck. Somebody's gonna really love.